my chickadees! Welcome back to my nest! Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Nightshade, You're the Drug. This is part 13. Oh my gosh, last part. Oh my gosh. I am really worried about this part. I hope we can rescue Mishka and he's in one piece and breathing. You know, I'm kind of concerned, especially since Dima is following us whenever we were told to go alone. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Good karma. Good karma. We're going to rescue him. Everything's going to be fine. Yep. Okay. Okay. So, everybody grab a plushie from the pile over here. Snuggle up under a nice blankie because we might need the emotional support for this episode. Alrighty, let's jump in. Okay, we left off with Sasha getting a message from Mishka's phone number, but clearly it's not Mishka because, you know, Mishka's captured and he doesn't have his phone, so it might be Rome, you know, the white-haired main bad guy. It might be him that sent the message, but they're pretty much was like, hey, if you come and meet halfway, get on the train and come meet halfway, you'll get Sasha, or you'll get Mishka back, because I'm bored. But if you tell somebody, you'll be picking Mishka up off the rails in pieces. So, Sasha is very worried now, and he wants to go save Mishka, and he didn't tell anybody and ran away, but Dima saw us leaving, and so Dima started following us. So, if the guy sees Dima, Mishka's gonna die. Oh dear. You know, no pressure. Okay. Not knowing whether any of what he read was true or some cruel prank, Sasha hurried along the sidewalk and made for the subway. He couldn't stop checking the time on his phone. The roar of the trains flying by filled the entire underground space. It was so loud that even Sasha's rushed footsteps down the stairwell were quiet in comparison. Rushing after Sasha in an attempt to catch up, Dima headed down the stairs to the subway. The subway? Why would he be taking the subway? The subway is dangerous at night. What is going on here? Is he a mole? Is he meeting someone here? No, he is rescuing his best friend and crush. Dima dipped behind the pillar and made sure to stay undetected as he followed Sasha. He was fully invested in finding out whether the other man was headed now that doubt had crept in. Frantically, Sasha scanned the neon signs above him. Once he spotted the violet line, he rushed down the platform. It was completely empty. Did he lie to us about the train? Not one person was standing around, waiting for their train. No one but Sasha. The rumble of the trains quieted down as they passed and became eerily still. It's not that late, is it? Sasha gripped his phone tighter. I didn't tell a single person where I was going. I'm on my own here. Oh, right on the dot. This is when the train should be getting here. The distant screech of his approaching train echoed through the tunnel as it rounded the corner, filling the underground tunnel with a cold wind. Okay, we didn't miss the train. Sasha watched the windows flash by him as the train came to a stop, but he didn't notice a single passenger inside. When the doors opened, no one stepped off. He walked inside the empty train, and the doors almost immediately closed behind him. Oh. That train is so being controlled right now. The hair on the back of his neck stood on end. Seeing that Sasha had boarded an empty train, Dima was quick to push through the doors of one of the last cars. He hunkered down out of sight and gripped the metal railing tight once inside. There's no way he's working for someone else, right? Ye of little faith. Okay? Sasha is a good boy. Yes, he dealt drugs, but it was because he had to. Sasha's a good boy. He wants to save Mishka, Dima. Don't mess this up. This isn't right. Something's not right. Sasha wouldn't. Isn't the type to, right? Sasha couldn't sit still even if he tried. His head was constantly on swivel despite his reflection being the only one in the train's dark windows. Every bump, jostle, and noise along the way had him on edge. Dima stayed low while the train rocked along the tracks. Countless scenarios played out in his head, all as wildly imaginative as the last. As the train doors opened, Sasha was met with silence. The platform was completely desolate. It was the same as before. Wait, are we off at the exact same spot? Because that's the same graffiti on the wall. I know, they probably just reusing the background, but is this the same spot? It's the exact same graffiti. Dima cautiously rose and peered out of the now open doors of the train car. Spotting Sasha's back, he swiftly moved to the large column on the platform and pressed against it, keeping out of sight. Why am I hiding? I could just ask him myself what's going on, but what if he's meeting someone here? Maybe I should stay out of sight. Maybe you should, bud. Sasha hesitated to look over the edge of the platform he stood on. He didn't want to see something like Mishka's body down there. Oh my god, that would just be terrifying. That'd just be a terrifying feeling because he's like, is he dead? Am I about to see my best friend's body dead in pieces like the guy warned? Oh man. The mere thought sent shivers down his spine and caused a horrid twist in his gut. He glanced up at the subway signs and checked that this was the right station, anxiety clutching his chest. Dima's fingers flexed on the pillar. He closed his eye and turned his head, trying to listen for any sounds of another person. For now, it seemed like Sasha was alone. This is bad. Something isn't right here. It is Rome. Roman? Is it Rome or Roman? I don't remember. I think it's Roman. So you can follow orders. I can see why Dima keeps you around. No, Roman. And Sasha? Following his orders? Sasha's heart sank into his stomach. The tone, so calm it felt inappropriate, made his body go rigid as he turned towards the sound of the voice. Dima froze in place, his breath hitched in his throat. Move. You have to do something. Move. No! Stay where you are for a moment, Dima. His body stayed frozen against a post. Sasha's wide, fearful eyes watched while a man dressed in all black stepped out from behind a large pillar on the platform. He does have Mishka! He was dragging a tied-up Mishka behind him, his fingers tight in Mishka's hair.
Sasha.
Baby.
He's been asking for you, Sasha. Going on and on about you. I'm a bit sick of it, honestly.
Then give him over. Hand him back. Give him back. Mishka. God damn it. There's no way Sasha's working for Roman. This must be a trap. Okay, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We're gonna save him. We're gonna save him. We're gonna save him. He's not gonna kill him in front of us, right? Right? The man smiled and thrust his arms forward, throwing Mishka to the floor in front of him. Mishka, unable to move, fell to the tile with a groan. Mishka could barely lift his head up. Sasha's entire body froze. The tips of his fingers felt numb as he stared at his friend's beaten and bloodied body. Mishka! This is my fault. The club, the alley, this is all my fault. I have to move. Sasha and Mishka are in danger. Hesitantly, Sasha stepped forward, his hand reaching out towards Mishka. Not another step. Sasha froze, his gaze snapping back up. The longer he stared at the man in front of him, the thinner the air seemed to get. the edges of his vision blurred with intense darkness. The most dangerous man you'll hope you'll never meet. Roman. What are you willing to do, Sasha, to save your friend? Roman smiled and turned his hand over, inspecting his nails. What can I do? Here's what you're going to do. Sasha's body trembled, his hands unable to stop shaking. You're going to tell me where Strexa is shipping out the NS drug in exchange for Mishka.
No.
I'll let Mishka live all this time when I could have easily let him die. This is more than a bargain, Sasha. I know the drug is being shipped out for clinical trials. Tell me where, and I'll let Mishka leave with you. Sasha swallowed hard. Mishka looked sick. Real sick. Sasha was stuck in place, his feet as heavy as lead. Yeah, Mishka is sick. He hasn't really been treated for the freaking horrible wound. It's probably infection. It became harder to breathe as panic gripped his chest. I'm not a patient man, Sasha. Roman's ruthless voice cut through the hesitant trance Sasha was in. Sasha took a step back and looked between Roman and Mishka, frantic. I don't... With an exaggerated sigh, Roman reached into his pocket and pulled out a pistol. No. Ugh. His face was blank while he turned his hand and aimed the gun at Mishka. I tried to do this the easy way.
Roman!
Enough. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Dima's voice echoed through the underground as he walked out from behind his hideout. He shot an intense glare at Roman as he approached the two men. I'm glad you finally decided to join us, Dima. Amusing as it was to think you were hiding. What? Dima, what are you doing here? Roman lifted his head a little higher and cocked the gun, the barrel still pointed down at Mishka. Sasha, this changes nothing. Answer me, now. I'm not going to ask again. Sasha, you don't have to do this. You don't have to choose. What do you mean we don't have to choose? We clearly have to choose. We want to save Mishka. Oh my god. Oh my god. I bet he would, even if he told him he's going to shoot Mishka just because he can. I don't trust him. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Sasha glanced over towards Dima, then back at Roman. His entire body shook. Sasha? Roman, put the gun down. Sasha, don't listen to him. Shut up, Dima. Tell me. Roman! Everyone is counting on that shipment. My friends. The city. Everyone. What am I supposed to do? Oh no! Oh no. Of course they leave the frickin' decision to me. Of course they freaking leave the decision to me. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to kill Mishka. We listened to Dima and refused to tell him he's gonna shoot Mishka. If we listen to our gut and tell him he's probably still gonna shoot Mishka, then run off and ruin the shipment. This is why saving. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want Mishka to die. I don't want Mishka to die. Come on. Come on. Roman. We're gonna listen to my gut. Oh no, oh no. He told him. Oh no. We just ruined everything. But I don't want Mishka to die. Is that the harbor on the north side? The shipment is leaving the harbor tonight on a big boat. Dima, that is our best friend on the floor, with a pistol to his head. Sasha felt a weight lift off his chest. While he still felt terror seizing up his spine, there was a tiny sliver of hope that Mishka was no longer in danger. Cautiously, he looked at Dima and back to Roman. Dima narrowed his gaze on Roman, burning rage in his chest. You got what you came for, now leave. Roman smiled and lowered the gun from behind Mishka's head and slid it back into his jacket. He lifted his other hand and pressed it to his ear. Dang it. Of course he has Ada on like freaking... I bet Ada was nearby with like a freaking rifle and was gonna shoot us if we said something, wasn't he? If Dima tried to attack Roman, he's probably nearby and would have shot him. Ada, did you hear that? The North Harbor. The grin on Roman's face grew into a sneer as he met Dima's gaze. Kill Pavel first and burn it down. No! Don't you bother my little sunshine child. No! No. Sasha was still frozen in place, the hair on the back of his neck standing on end. He held his breath. This is what happens when you try to challenge me, Dima. Let this be a reminder to you. Your vision is a dead end. Vadim's with them, right? Vadim's with them. He will protect them. He's got his knives with the poison, and he's good with guns. He will protect Pavel. Right? They might lose the shipment, but he'll protect Pavel. That's his boy. Roman waved his hand dismissively and started for the dark stairwell at the mouth of the platform. Riker stood there, blocking the way with his arms crossed in front of him. As Roman approached, Riker moved to the side and nodded.
Roman!
Dima called out, spinning abruptly on his heel. He started after Roman, a snarl on his face. Roman continued up the stairs, not once looking back.
Roman!
Without a word, Roman disappeared. As soon as Roman was out of sight, Sasha ran to Mishka's side and dropped to his knees. Frantically, Sasha set to untying his friend. Mishka! Mishka, open your eyes! Dima and Mishka needs help! Sasha's urgent voice echoed in the space. Dima stopped in his tracks, his fist tight at his side. He gazed up the stairwell where Roman had left. Snarling, he lowered his head. Whipping back around, Dima hurried toward Sasha and Mishka. He dropped down beside them both. Mishka groaned, his lashes fluttering in an effort to keep himself awake. He sighed into the towel. Sasha loosened the last bind and desperately looked Mishka over. He cupped his face and stayed close.
Please.
Dima, we have to get to the harbor. Pav's in danger. Dima gritted his teeth. How could he have assumed that Sasha was working against them? He felt sick for even thinking about it. He risked everything to come here, to save his friend. We can't go anywhere with Mishka like this. We have to get him to the hospital ward. We have to save Mishka. Sasha bit his bottom lip. But Pav and Vadim. I know. I'm calling Natalie now. While Dima urgently explained the situation over the phone, Sasha pulled Mishka's body close. He said kill Pav. What if I just... Sasha's words were choked by sobs. Dima pressed his hand to Sasha's back. You did the right thing. It's okay. There's still time. Sasha bowed his head forward, pressing his forehead against Mishka's. His free hand tightly held onto Mishka's shirt. I have you now. Please be okay. Hang on, Mishka. Please. Okay, I'm working on the traffic lights now, but Red light on your left. Cut through the alley there. Cutting off 3 lanes of traffic, Natalie swerved her bike onto the alley and careened down the tight space. She shot up an incline and jumped over a fence with ease. I got it. Just work on the traffic lights, would you? I'm on it. You're 3 blocks out. I set 2 drones not far behind you. Keep me in your ear, Natalie. Yeah.
Hey!
I'm serious. Natalie broke into a wide smile, her hair billowing behind her in a rush with the wind. Just then, a large black SUV swerved into the lane behind her and accelerated to catch up. Oh no, we've got company. How did they even find us? They always find a way to weasel in, don't they? The vehicle sped up enough to bump the back of Natalie's bike, the driver clearly reckless. Natalie, you gotta shake them. We have to get to the harbor. My pleasure. Her wrist jerked back, kicking the bike beneath her into full throttle. Turning sharply, her knee almost scraped the asphalt below. She barreled through another alley and cut across the 4-way intersection with no hesitation. The SUV behind her abruptly swerved and skidded to a hard stop at the mouth of the alley. Let's see them try to get through that. I'm closing in on the harbor. What are we looking at, Indigo? Shots have been fired. There are several downed gunmen, and I see smoke billowing from a freighter. It's a mess down there. Oh no, is all of the NS burning? Oh no. Please hurry. Pav and Vadim's communicators are out. Natalia squinted up through her helmet visor, noticing the plume of black smoke as it rose towards the night sky. The well-lit harbor made it easy to spot the burning ship. Shit. I see the smoke. Alright, get the drones ready. I have no idea what we're riding into. Got it. Charging them now. Did you call for the medics? I've dispatched a helicopter. It should be there soon, but we have to secure the area. Leave it to me. Here we go. Man, the girls are on it. Natalie kicked the bike up a notch and sped forward. Hold on, Pav. We're coming. No.
Vadim!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Vadim's dying or dead. I don't know yet. Oh no. And Pav is freaking devastated. What did we do? We saved Mishka, but at what cost? Vadim, please wake up, please. Pavel cradled Vadim's body in his arms as best he could, struggling to keep him up. He pressed his head close, listening to the faint and labored sound of Vadim's breathing. Vadim's body was otherwise unmoving, lifelessly nestled in Pavel's lap. No, don't you dare. Stay awake, Vadim. Stay awake. He brought his hand to gently cup Vadim's cheek, his thumb rubbing over the man's lower lip. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ada's gonna freaking kill them both. Oh no. I'm not doing good, guys. I am not doing good in this episode. Oh no. Pavel turned his head, scowling as he spotted their attacker. Ada slowly made his way down the dock, wielding both knives. A massive fire engulfed the nearby cargo ship as it groaned and creaked. The flames devoured everything, the blaze growing with each passing second. Pavel gently set Vadim's head down against the wood of the dock and brushed a few fingers through his hair. Don't you worry. I've got you. You protected me. Now it's my turn. His voice was barely above a whisper. Pavel leaned over and pressed a kiss to Vadim's forehead. Withdrawing, he stood and faced Ada. Pavel wiped his sooty cheek with the back of his hand and inhaled slowly. He reached for the purple pistol in his concealed holster and aimed it at the approaching figure. Ada deflected the blade, blocking the bullet and tossing it aside with ease, sparks flying. And still he advanced. Again, deflected. This time the bullet grazed Ada's shoulder and tore the fabric. He hardly flinched and kept pushing forward, his knife glinting under the streetlight overhead. Pavel gasped, his brows raised. Despite the pounding of his heart, he stood unyielding and unmoving, the pistol still aimed at Ada. When he tried to shoot again, he's out of bullets. Okay, is one of my favorite characters gonna die? I don't want Pop to die. No, he's out of bullets.
What the hell?
Oh no, it's jammed. Ada broke into a sprint and charged Pavel at full speed. Looking over his shoulder to see how little Doc was behind him, Pavel exhaled, knowing there was nowhere left to go. He hit the pistol with his palm and squeezed the trigger again. Nothing. Shit. Please. Please don't do this right now. I have to... The roar of a motorcycle. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Come on. Come on. Come on, Natalie. The roar of the motorcycle approached from behind Ada. The bike raced down the dock, becoming louder and louder until the headlights blinded them both. Natalie? Come on, girl. Come on. With one sharp turn, the bike cut in front of Ada, stopping him in his tracks. Natalie tumbled off the bike, letting it slide out from under her and crash onto the side of the dock. She stood and cracked her neck. Don't even think about it, bitch. Ada rolled his shoulders and readjusted his knives. Oh, is that how it's gonna be? With a cocky smile, Natalie adjusted her gloves, sliding a pair of brass knuckles over them. She thrust her fists into her other palm and grinned. Pavel glanced at Vadim and then to the rapidly growing blaze. Natalie, they set the whole thing on fire. We have to move Vadim. We have to get out of here. Pavel tried to loop his arms under Vadim and lift his torso. He groaned and gasped, unable to hold Vadim up for long. He tried again, only to lose his grip. Vadim's like twice his size. Tears started to stream down his face, and he choked back a sob.
Vadim!
Vadim, please, you have to get up. Please. Natalie stared at Ada, her fist trembling with rage. Natalie, we have to get Pav and Vadim out of there before the fire grows. The helicopter's on its way, but it can't land on the dock. I'm sending a drone to clear a path and cut Ada off. It should buy you enough time to evacuate. Natalie locked eyes with Ada. Her tense stare bore into his. The growing anger inside her bubbled to the surface, and adrenaline surged through every ounce of her body. She ground her teeth together and flexed her hands into tight fists. You. Ada lowered his gaze to eye her brass knuckles and looked back up to her face. He watched her for a moment, hesitating.
You ruined everything!
Natalie, please, I'm readying the drones. If you don't get out of there... You ruined everything. Ada glared past Natalie, his eyes locked on Pavel. Oh, no, you don't. Your business is with me now. Natalie lunged forward and took a wide swing at him, her brass knuckles meeting his blade with a loud metallic crash. Just as quickly, Ada used his blade to absorb the brunt of her swing and used his other hand to swipe at her abdomen. Pulling her torso back, she evaded his low swipe easily. This was going to help the people of Sabina. How can you destroy that hope? They circled each other for only a few seconds before Ada struck. He turned abruptly and hooked his leg behind her knee, sending her off balance. Natalie twisted at the hip and wound back, her fist striking him in the jaw with a crunch. At the same time, Ada buried his knife deep into the top of her thigh, cutting through fabric and muscles. Natalie! Pavel cried on top of Vadim's chest, gripping the man's shirt. He pulled with all his might and tried to drag Vadim down the dock as best he could. He glanced back over his shoulder at the massive flames, threatening to engulf everything in their path. Natalie, help me! Ada stumbled back and grimaced. He wiped the corner of his mouth with the back of his hand, smearing the blood that ran down his chin. His gaze shifted toward Pavel yet again, and he flipped his blades, readying an attack. Ada sprinted toward Pavel, but Natalie lunged in front of him and threw her arm forward, lashing out wildly. I said, your fight is with me. Ada rushed forward again, meeting Natalie halfway as their weapons collided together. Natalie screamed, anger exploding out of her. The helicopter needs to get here ASAP. Again. Ada slashed into Natalie's forearm with a wicked swipe. Natalie landed another solid hook with a crack. Both were fast. Both were ruthless. Neither was going to stop. I'm firing the drone. Natalie, that's enough. Indigo quickly worked on her keyboard, precisely inputting the target info codes needed to send out the drone's pursuit system. Get away from there! The strike is inbound! Blazing across the sky at a rapid pace, the missile headed straight for Natalie and Ada. Natalie turned her head just enough to see the incoming strike. In a split second, she shoved Ada as far from her as she could and turned, bolting down the dock towards Pavel and Vadim. Ada staggered back and squinted up into the sky, now catching the missile as it headed straight for the pier. The guided missile slammed into the entrance of the dock and exploded. Wood, nail, and steel debris were sent sky high in a geyser of water. Natalie turned her back to the explosion, shielding her head with both arms. The blast knocked her forward, and she tumbled to the ground, her earpiece falling out. Scrambling to her feet, Natalie ran to Pavel and Vadim's side. Luckily, they were the furthest from the blast. I had him, Pav. I had him! Pav shook his head, staring up at her with wide, uncertain eyes. What's wrong? What happened to... Vadim? Vadim! No! No! Did he die? Did he just die? Pavel bowed his head forward, a hiccup sob shaking his upper body. Natalie glanced up towards the sky, hearing the whirl of chopper blades approaching. Come on, Pav. We have to get him up. Help me get him up on my back. The helicopter's coming. I'm here now. I'm here. Pavel sobbed and rubbed both of his eyes in spite of the dirt and soot covering his hands. I needed you. You... Yeah, he was yelling for her help several times to come help him move Vadim and help Vadim, and she just got overcome with anger. Natalie's heart sank in her chest. Pav, The searchlights from the helicopter beamed down at him as the wind from the blades increased. Everything became so loud it was hard to think. The helicopter hovered over what remained of the dock, the water around them rippling with the force of the blades overhead. Okay, Pav. We have to lift him. Ready? On my count. If we lift him, we might do more damage. Pav, we don't have much of a choice. An ambulance can't get anywhere near this fire. Pavel looked down at Vadim, nodded, and got ready to move. Okay, he's still alive. He's still alive right now. 1, 2... Natalie! Natalie turned her head over her shoulder, her hair whipping furiously about. She squinted through the bright searchlights at the sight of Dima, leaning out of the helicopter. As he waved, he tossed a rope ladder down. Natalie, we're here. 2 medics hurried, carrying a rescue stretcher and a large black bag. They quickly set to work securing Vadim to the stretcher, and the stretcher to the chopper. Pav, get in the helicopter. Vadim will be okay. We've got him now. Let's go, the ship's unstable. Pavel sat quietly, his head bowed forward in his hand. He couldn't even bear to look back at the ship. Once everyone was on board, Dima gave the all clear, and the aircraft took flight. Natalie glanced back at the scene. Fire engulfed the docks, and the shipment was gradually swallowed into the black waters. Smoke and ash obscured her view as she searched for Ada's body. There's no way he's dead. Indigo? Natalie reached up to her earpiece, but it wasn't there. Her heart sank again. God damn it. She sighed, her shoulders drooping. Dima set his hand on hers and squeezed. She glared down at his hand. Her throat felt tight. Her eyebrows lifted and her eyes welled up. She tore her gaze away from him and stared out the window, quiet tears streaming down her cheeks. She rested her other hand on top of Dima's, squeezing his hand tight. Everything was gone. Wow, this episode is very, very stressful. Oh my god. Okay, and we're in the hospital. This is either going to be for Mishka or Vadim. Oh my gosh. Oh. I hate to do it, but I'm leaving it here. Oh no. I hope they both make it. I hope they got there in time to save Vadim, and you know, Mishka was able to make it to the hospital and they could give him antibiotics. I know we could keep playing and find out right now, but I don't think I can take much more for this episode, guys. Oh my gosh. But I am uploading these episodes much, much faster than I had in the past. So we are going to be getting these very close together. So thank you for watching this episode with me. I hope all y'all are okay out there. I think I need to go get me some chocolate or something. And please leave a like or comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode and if you were as stressed out as I was. Oh no. Also send flowers to whoever's in the hospital here. Oh, I laugh so I don't cry. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye.